Start of another day. I've got plenty of liner over here that I'm going to slice off eventually and use it to set the rocks on. All of these rocks are from our property, most of them from when we built the septic line, and they are not ideal for a pond, but rocks are so expensive that I'm going to use them, and they're just a little bit rough, but I don't think I'll have a problem. I just need to figure out what I need to do here as far as getting this liner set up correctly. This water is still freezing cold, but I'm going to have to get in it sooner. I just want to make as few cuts on the liner as I can. I think the first thing I'll do is drain it out to the shelf level. I put the net back over the pond, no filtration or aeration right now. I was able to save most of the water. There was still some that I had to drain off. This is where the filter's going to go. I think I can pull these a little flat, more flat. I may have to remove some more water, but I don't think so. And then I can start building up the sides. I think I'll start at this end, try to figure out what I want to do here, and cut off some of this excess so I can use it to make sure I don't puncture the main lining. Well, this area looks great, and that's where I'm going to start. I've got this other piece of PVC here. Water's actually not that cold right now. But it is slippery. Oh. I can't waste big rocks like that because I'm going to be really close on having just enough rocks. That's the plan for the next couple of hours. I'm going to take a chunk of PVC off of this side. I'm going to take a chunk off of PVC off of this side so I can use it as backing right here. I don't want to put the rocks directly on the new PVC. Oh, there's a hole right here. I keep falling in. I hate to cut this, but I'm going to have to. I made some good progress today. I'm figuring out what I want to do here. I realized after I put some of these rocks on here that I only have one pump, and I've got all these buckets full of water, and I didn't leave a way for the pump to get down here. So I buried this 4-inch PVC, which gives it a lot of strength, and I can push the hose right down through there. The filter's going to be right here, and this is all built up. There's a deep well back here. Down here, I made a nice little hiding spot. I cut 3 holes on 3 sides in this milk crate where they can go. I've got most of the rocks over here, and I'm running out of rocks. So, kind of been robbing my rock wall over here, and I've got some other places I can go find rocks on the property, and I think that's what I'm going to do. Wow, I've got a mess to clean up. Time to get ready for track practice. So I've got these pantyhose, and I know you think that's kind of weird. Back in the 90s when I was teaching elementary physical education, somebody came up with this idea at a workshop, and it was kind of a fad for a while. You could contact Sarah Lee, and this was before the internet or emails, contact Sara Lee, and they would send you for free a box of these pantyhose. I never got on the bandwagon for these games you could play. It was kind of really silly, and didn't have anything to do with teaching kids physical education. It was just keeping kids busy. You would put the head of this, put this part over your head, and had a tennis ball wrapped in the other end, and you would go around trying to wrap your pantyhose around somebody else's pantyhose and pull it off their head. So it's kind of a tag game. But I thought I can use those to tie up my tomato plants. So I went ahead and ordered a box. They were free. Just still have some. That's the only explanation I have. So I have this 3-inch piece of PVC, and I just keep going until it's at the end. And then I fill it up with this mortar mix. Well, this is a big day. I've got these pantyhose full of mortar mix because I'm concerned about groundwater coming in. So I want to make a little bit of a brim here. I've cut back the underlayment, and I'm ready to fold this over the top and then down behind it. This is the actual PVC. This is PVC I put on it to protect the rocks. And I just barely have enough over here. So now, once I have that, I can lay sand on here to keep it down. There will eventually be bricks over here because I have a lot more bricks than I have rocks. Now I can continue to add rocks here, and these rocks are so ununiform that I can press them down onto these pantyhose that are full of that masonry mix, and it will conform to that. Making progress. Some little holes I need to fill in, but I'm quite happy with this result. To be honest with you, I don't even know how many days I've been working on this, but I can't keep walking on this liner and expect it not to leak. My old tub is leaking, and I've been adding water to it each day. I've got to get the fish out of there. I want to try to get some water in here today. I've got all the rocks around the edge, I think. I just need to work on this part, and I've got to redesign and buy some new parts for the filter for that. So I'm going to get some water in here and try to stretch that bottom out. This filter is leaking now. I couldn't, messing around with it, I broke the seal, so I had to order a new bulkhead, and I'll replace it with even a bigger bucket. But I've got it running through here. I set it over the top where it will eventually sit behind it, and I've been running it like this overnight, and I just put the fish back in. And none have floated to the surface yet. I think the next video will be the filter build, and that bulkhead is supposed to be here on Tuesday. That's going to wrap it up for this session.